Good morning, everyone. I am Mrs. Harshika AV, Assistant Professor in the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. Today, I am going to discuss subject code AL3451, subject name Machine Learning, which is under Regulation 2021. In this session, we will be covering Unit 3, Ensemble Techniques and Unsupervised Learning. Specifically, we will learn about K-nearest neighbor or KNN algorithm, which is one of the simplest and more powerful machine learning algorithm used for classification and regression. K-nearest neighbor or KNN is a simple and widely used machine learning algorithm. It predicts the class or value of a new data point by looking at its nearest neighboring points. For classification problems, KNN assign the class based on the majority of nearby points, while for regression problems, it predicts by taking the average value of the neighbor. It classifies data based on similarity with nearby data point. To measure similarity, distance metrics such as equivalence distance are used. Does not assume any specific data distribution. It is also an instance-based learning method because it stores the training data and used in whenever prediction is required. Calculating the data based on the nearest neighbor. Then finding the neighbor and voting for the label. KNN is called as a lazy learner algorithm because it does not build a model during the training phase. Instead, it stores the entire data set and performs computations only when a new data points need to be classified. This makes KNN simple but computationally expensive for large data set. For understanding, the green points represent category 1, that is class 1. When red point represents category 2, that is class 2. A new data point is introduced and the algorithm identifies its nearest neighbor. Since most of the neighboring points belongs to the red category, the point is classified to class 2. This process is called majority voting. The KNN algorithm works on the principle of similarity. It predicts the class or value of a new data point by examining the labels or values of its K nearest neighbor for the training data set. The first step is selecting the value of K. Here, K represents the number of neighbors considered for prediction. Choosing an approximate value of k is important because a value small k may lead to overfitting, while a very large k may reduce accuracy. Calculating distance. For calculating the equivalence distance, the formula is t equal to summation I equal to 1 to n for xi minus yi whole square. Next, finding the nearest neighbor. After calculating the distance, the algorithm sorts them and selects the k points having the smallest distance. These selected points are called the nearest neighbors and they are used to make prediction. Step 4. Classification and regression. For classification problems, KNN uses majority voting. It checks the classes of the k nearest neighbors and assigns the class that appears most frequently. For regression problems, instead of voting, it calculates the average value of the k neighbors and use that average as the predicted output. Next, applications of KNN. KNN has several practical applications. It recommendation system. It suggests movies and products based on similar users. In Spam detection, it identifies spam emails by comparing them with unknown examples. In customer segmentation, it groups customers based on purchasing behavior. KNN is also used in speech recognition to convert spoken words into text. Advantages. KNN offers several advantages. It is simple to understand and easy to implement. It does not require a separate training phase because it stores the data directly. Only a few parameters such as the number of neighbors and distance metric need to be selected. Moreover, KNN is versatile and can be used for both classification and regression tasks. Disadvantages of KNN. KNN has some limitations. Predictions because slow when the dataset is large, every point need to be compared. It performs decreases when the number of features is high. KNN may overfit when the value of K is very small or when the dataset contains noise. Additionally, due to the curse of the dimensionality, distance measures become less effective in high dimensional data. K nearest neighbor is a simple and powerful machine learning algorithm that predicts outcomes become on the similarity between data points. It widely used in the classification and regression task and has application is recommendation systems, customer segmentation, and speech recognition. Thank you.